Today, in episode 5 of Basic Life Motivation series, we will be discussing on a very common topic that we all have been through at one point of time or other, the problem of overthinking. Let's talk about Jeff Bezos, his journey from overthinking to bold action. Before becoming the founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos had a high-paying job at a hedge fund in New York. He had the idea to start an online bookstore. But for days he couldn't decide. He overanalyzed. What if it fails? Should I wait another year? What about the risk? He was stuck in his head. Then he asked himself one powerful question. When I'm 80, will I regret not trying this? That broke the overthinking loop. He left his job, drove across the country, and started Amazon from a garage. Today, Amazon is one of the world's biggest companies. Not because Bezos had all the answers, but because he chose to act despite his fear. The moral here is, even the most successful people feel doubts. The difference? They don't let overthinking stop them from starting. Join me as I take on the challenge of overcoming my overthinking habits for a whole week and see if it actually changes my life. Welcome to the channel Elevate with Shachi Seth. Hi, I am Shachi Seth, writer, entrepreneur, life coach, and your dear friend. Overthinking is a common struggle many of us face in today's fast-paced world. With a constant bombardment of information and the pressure to make quick decisions, it's easy to get caught up in our own thoughts. But have you ever stopped to think about the impact overthinking has on your life? One of the biggest challenges with overthinking is decision paralysis. You spend so much time weighing your options that you end up stuck, unable to make a decision. This can be frustrating and anxiety-provoking, especially when it feels like time is running out. Another challenge is the stress and anxiety that comes with overthinking. When you're constantly replaying scenarios in your head, it's hard to relax and feel at peace. Your mind is racing and it's like you're trapped in a never-ending cycle of what-ifs. Overthinking can also make everyday tasks feel like monumental changes. Simple decisions like what to eat for breakfast become drawn-out debates with yourself. And let's not forget the impact of relationships. When you're overthinking, it's easy to misinterpret others' intentions or assume the worst-case scenario, leading to unnecessary conflict and stress. So what's driving this tendency to overthink? One key factor is cognitive distortions. Basically, our brains get wired to focus on the negativity. We start to believe that worst-case scenarios are more likely to happen when actually they are not. Fear also plays a big role in decision-making. When you're afraid of making the wrong choice, our brains will go into overdrive, trying to analyze every possible outcome. It's like our minds are trying to protect us, but really, they're just holding us back. For example, imagine you're thinking about switching your careers. Your mind might spiral into all the potential risks and downsides, making it feel like a scary and overwhelming decision. Let us understand the concept of overthinking in detail to fight it back. Firstly, let's understand overthinking. Overthinking is characterized by excessive rumination, worry, and analysis that can lead to stress, anxiety, and a sense of being overwhelmed. It often arises from a fear of uncertainty, a desire for control, or past traumatic experiences. Recognizing the patterns and triggers that lead to overthinking is crucial to address the issue. 2. The consequences of overthinking. Overthinking can result in increased stress levels, reduced productivity, and impaired decision making. The fact is, overthinking can sabotage personal and professional success, highlighting the urgency of breaking this habit. 3. Then there are benefits of mindfulness. Mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment, is introduced as a powerful antidote to overthinking. Practicing mindfulness can help individuals break free from the cycle of overthinking by grounding them in here and now. 4. We also have mindfulness techniques. There are practical techniques for incorporating mindfulness into daily life, including mindful breathing exercises, body scans, and the cultivation of non-judgmental awareness. Regular mindfulness practice can help individuals detach from their overthinking tendency. 5. The art of letting go. Very important. Letting go is essential for overcoming overthinking. We need to consider and understand the importance of relinquishing control over uncontrollable situations and accepting uncertainty as a natural part of life. Over the time, we need to release attachments and let go of worries that often fuel overthinking. 6. The power of gratitude, the magic. Always talk about practicing gratitude. It is always an effective tool for shifting focus away from negative thoughts and overthinking. Cultivating gratitude can help us appreciate the present moment and foster a more positive outlook on life. 7. The role of self-compassion. We need to use self-compassion to counter self-criticism and negative self-talk. Both are common components of overthinking. Treating yourself with kindness and understanding is equally important in breaking the cycle of overthinking. 8. Mindful decision making. Making decision often triggers overthinking. We think when we have to decide something. So we should follow a structured approach to mindful decision making, which includes clarifying our values and priorities before making choices. The concept of good enough decision making should be encouraged, where perfectionism is set aside in favor of practicality. 9. The power of visualization. Visualization is an amazing technique that can calm the mind and reduce overthinking. Creating mental images of peaceful and positive scenarios can counteract negative thought patterns and bring about a sense of calm and relaxation. 10. Simplify your life. Simplicity and decluttering are most effective methods for reducing mental clutter and overthinking. Simplifying our physical environment and daily routines creates mental space and reduces the cognitive load that contributes to overthinking. 11. The impact of self-care. Often ignored, but self-care practices are essential for nurturing mental well-being and preventing overthinking. The importance of rest, relaxation, and self-care activities that recharge the mind and body are vital. 12. Setting boundaries. Establishing and maintaining personal boundaries are crucial means to prevent overthinking triggered by excessive people-pleasing or taking on too many responsibilities. 13. The role of mindful communication. Effective communication is a way to reduce misunderstandings and conflicts that can lead to overthinking. Principles of active listening and empathic communication need to be practiced, thus leading to clear and mindful interaction. 14. Time management and prioritization. Effective time management is a great strategy for reducing overthinking related to overwhelming workload. Prioritizing more important tasks and managing time more efficiently will help to minimize stress and mental clutter. 15. Coping with negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is a common trigger for overthinking. We should self-reflect and identify negative thoughts and challenge them, quickly promoting a more positive and constructive inner dialogue. 16. The role of sleep. There is a crucial connection between sleep and overthinking. There is huge impact of sleep deprivation on cognitive functions. We need to cut down our screen times, avoid caffeine late nights, and work on improving sleep hygiene to ensure restful sleep. 17. Physical well-being and overthinking. Physical health and exercise are another very important factors that can influence overthinking. Regular physical activity can reduce stress and anxiety, contributing to a more balanced and calm state of mind. 18. Seeking professional help. In some cases, overthinking may be a symptom of underlying mental health issues. The importance of seeking professional help when overthinking becomes chronic and debilitating is emphasized. We should not hesitate to reach out to therapists or counselors who can provide specialized support. 19. Embracing imperfection. Perfectionism is a common driver of overthinking. I often talk about embracing imperfection and letting go of unrealistic pursuit of flawlessness. This can lead to constant self-criticism and overanalysis. 20. Mindfulness in relationships. The impact of overthinking on relationships cannot be ignored. Even in relationship, we should practice empathy and mindfulness techniques to improve communication, reduce conflicts, and foster healthier connections with others. 21. Dealing with regret and forgiveness. Regret and the inability to forgive oneself or others can contribute to overthinking. It is pivotal to address and move past regret and practice forgiveness as a means of mental liberation. 22. Overcoming fear of the future. We often feel anxious when we think too much about future. The uncertainty of what will happen can create fear and endless overthinking. But the truth is, the future is not in our control. What we do have is this present moment. When you bring your attention back to the present, your breath, your surroundings, the task in front of you, you stop feeding fear about the unknown. Living in the now helps calm the mind, reduces worry, and gives you the strength to face tomorrow with more clarity and confidence. 23. Cultivating a mindful lifestyle. Bringing mindfulness into your daily life is very important. Mindfulness simply means being aware of what you are doing in the present moment instead of letting your mind run in every direction. For example, when you eat, focus on the taste of your food instead of scrolling your phone. When you walk, notice your steps and the fresh air instead of worrying about tomorrow. When you talk to someone, really listen to them instead of thinking about what next you will say. Living in this mindful way slowly reduces stress and overthinking. It helps you feel more peaceful inside. And over the time, it improves your overall health, relationships, and happiness. Overthinking is a habit that can be unlearned through awareness and practice. Mindfulness, gratitude, and self-compassion are powerful tools to combat overthinking. Practice techniques like journaling, visualization, and setting boundaries can help manage and reduce overthinking. Embracing imperfection and focusing on the present moment are essential steps towards mental clarity and peace. But here's the thing, there is hope. I remember a turning point for me when I realized just how much overthinking was holding me back. It was a conversation with a friend who pointed out that I was getting caught up in hypothetical scenarios that might never happen. It was a light bulb moment. I realized that I had the power to choose how I thought. I didn't have to let overthinking control my life. That conversation sparked a journey of self-discovery and growth. I started to notice when my mind was spiraling into overthinking, and I learned to gently bring myself back to the present moment. To wrap things up, overthinking is a common struggle that can have a big impact on our daily lives. But by understanding what's driving it and making a conscious effort to change, we can break free from this grip. If you have ever struggled with overthinking and are out of it or are still struggling with it, share your story in the comment box below. And if you're looking for some practical tips on self-growth, subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit the thumbs up icon. Remember the bell icon for notifications. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. God bless.